time to relax. It's time to sit for a bit. Time to take a good deep breath for you. A slow breath, not a running around being busy breath. One that you breathe in through your nose, obviously, but a special one that says sit down. One that you breathe all the way down, very deeply into your lungs, and says sit down, calm down. Now it's time for calm. Not boring calm. So I've got plenty of things to do, and we're going to do crystal this great big whopping moss agate crystal. We're going to do acupressure on different acupressure points in your face. What do you reckon? And it's going to be chill out time for you. Just listening to the blackbird outside, an aeroplane going past. I've cut the roses from my bouquet from my friend Rebecca, who stayed last weekend, and they're going over now. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, Becca, these were lovely. 13 and 14. Beautiful roses that I want to preserve. I want to keep them. So the last time I had roses was from Jamie, and he got them for me. I think it was Valentine's Day, and I have dried them. So I'm going to dry these from Becca, and I want to use this just as a card holder and put them in the gaps where they will hang. And this card holder is a heart shape, so it will be filled with all of these roses as they dry. It's a very therapeutic, easy way of keeping the flowers instead of putting them in the bin or the compost bin. You can keep them. If they will stay in the little holders. So these in the middle I have threaded through with a needle onto some cotton, and they have stayed in place there. some of these roses are already drying. I don't know what you're up to today, but you know, I'm sure you're quite busy, and I know that I'm taking your time, and I know that you've got everything that you have to organise and so on. And I know that there are people around you that seem to be not doing very much, and maybe sometimes it's good to sort of think about how you're really working as a team with your family and your friends, and can the people around you help you out slightly more than they are already, or do they just like to stay in their own kind of positions, if you like? And you know, we get very set in our ways, don't we? And as workers, you know, we're doing whatever we do. I'm saying workers, our life, our hours of the day, every second and moment of each day, we are doing, we are living, which means we are really, what are we doing? We're alive and we're breathing. So we're actually working to keep alive and to keep breathing and to do whatever we are doing. It smells like vanilla. I'm not saying to get on at other people. That's not fair. Peppermint leaves, moss agate. Peppermint leaves, moss agate. I'm not saying start being an sergeant major in the army and start disciplining and marching up and down saying you have to do this, you have to do that. As parents, if you are parents or mothers and fathers, I'm sure that you feel like that is your role sometimes. Does it get you anywhere? Maybe people just look at you strangely, people in your family just look at you strangely. Wonder what on earth you're doing. Why are you bothering to shout at them? Because they're not going to do anything about it, they're just going to shout back. Do you ever find that if you shout at somebody, they just shout back? Do you find that the more you shout at somebody, the worse the situation gets, and you end up in a great big argument, and you think, how did that start in the first place? I used to do that, but I don't anymore. Don't tell me that I don't get angry. I get passionate. And the anger can come into it. Passionate about things. Being passionate is much more fun than being angry. Passion drives through a message effectively with no chaos. The anger is the chaos. This moss agate is very calming. I chose this from a big stall of crystals in Poole in Dorset. The lady, Jolene, she was really, really helpful. And she let me pick out all of her crystal wands individually and touch each one. There was a big quartz which felt very heavy, and there was a smoky quartz which was half white and half brown, and the energy made me feel dizzy, and I like smoky quartz. And the amethysts made me feel off balance, and I like amethyst, but these particular wands are powerful in the way that they are shaped. They channel the energy up to the point. I had to file this moss agate point down. It was sharp, and I wanted it to be very blunt so that it's safe. And that's what I did, just with a knife sharpener. But for my purpose, I wanted to blunt down the end of this moss agate. How is your face feeling? Have you got tension in your face? Just have a think about it. Breathe in as you think about it. and just relax down. I've got all of these roses here, which I'm going to remove. All right, here we are. I've still got a table full of roses. They're beautiful and delicate, very delicate. And they are going to go into that heart-shaped card holder. All right. So I have the smaller ones, crystal ones here. I like to keep them in this box. I'm going to organise them so that I can use them on your face for your acupressure. 2, 3, 4. Are you looking out of the window? Are you closing your eyes? 5. I've lost count now. Can you count them for me, please? 6, 7, 8. All right. There we are. I'll play a tune on my crystals for you. So sometimes you need a wake-up call in your household. You find you're doing a job that you don't want to do. Right, I'm going to start at your jaw today. This crystal, it's a very dark coloured one, it's probably obsidian. There we are. And I'm going to do something a bit different. I want to infuse this with Reiki as I'm going with you. I'm infusing this with Reiki. I'm warming it with the candle. Just circling around your jaw. And your chin. I want to put the Reiki to you, gifted to you with the crystal today. Specifically concentrating the point of the crystal to your acupressure points on your face. So going straight through your jaw and the roots of your teeth into the bones, the mandible, your jaw, really feeling that, not just the structure of the muscles there, but into the bones, into your bones, strengthening your bones. It's pushing on the acupressure, the nerve. Infusing with Reiki, and also the Reiki from the hand that I'm holding this crystal with. It's channeling through to you. The crystal wants to swap over to a different one. The crystals do this when they get They work together. I need to change, and I'm not even going to look at the crystals because I know that when my fingers stop on one, that's the one that wants to work. That's the one that needs to send out the vibrations through the frequency of time, to calibrate with time, and to end up with you whenever you watch this. At whatever time, whatever second you turn this on and your eyes stop and you watch the crystals and you watch my hands moving over the crystals as they are guided with the frequency of the energies to pick up this crystal. I think that's a tiger's eye. My eyes don't allow me to see it. It feels possibly like that. I'm going to be guided with this feeling that the jaw, that your jaw, especially underneath your lips, your chin, and the acupressure work on the nerves here. You feel your lip tingling. Just relax. Think about your elbows. How do your elbows feel? Think about your wrists. You will not feel the tingling of the nerves underneath your lips working. Needing more Reiki. Doing some very delicate work, sending through the Reiki with the crystal, and the crystal using its grounding force. Grounding is very much about you connecting with the balance of the earth. Balance is essential for you to be able to stand up without falling over. Feeling wobbly? You're not grounded. Feeling a bit heady? You're not grounded. You're not grounded. You can have a drink of water, that will help. It's under your lips here. I'm going to push acupressure points gently. This is not harsh. The agate wants to come into play. I can't find it. There he is. Moss agate. I'm just going to be so gentle here, under your lips. This one wants to go down. This big agate wants to come into play. Underneath your lips, and he's going to go down and wait his turn. Now I'm moving up actually to your ear. We're going behind your ear, so we're going up below your earlobe, pushing acupressure points there, really zapping that Reiki through. You might feel tingling or a humming sensation. Whatever time or second this gets to you, the frequencies of this will reach you. And you might feel the force of this moving throughout your body. You might even be able to feel through to your hips a heaviness or a tingling sensation. You might start to feel the tingling sensation moving all the way down your back, even though the acupressure of the crystal is actually on your jaw. So you can even breathe this feeling through your body. And this crystal wants to move. We are moving. I'm moving up to your right temple. Doing some very fine, directed Reiki with the crystals here. To your right temple, to the side of your brow. And really zapping that through. Now I just want to put the crystal down, and I would like to smooth your brow with my fingers and hold your brow so delicately. And breathe and release the breath. Breathe, then release the breath. Breathe that life force that you have in you. You're not just breathing air, you're breathing life force. Breathe. And swallow that breath so it feels very physical. Very physical. I'm holding your jaw very, very softly. And up to your ears. Very softly, with no pressure. And the crystals want to go back to work. Some of them have had their time for now. And another one wants to step in. And you know you can do this with your friends and your family. Sometimes a friend will step out of your life for a while, and then a situation or something, or just having a cup of coffee, brings them back in when you make the effort to do it. Talking about friends, the rose quartz has come forwards. Rose quartz is my favourite. I have the earrings and the pendant rose quartz. Right now, I change the crystals that I wear. It's worth wearing different crystals that you feel appropriate to your vibrations. When I say the vibrations, what warms you to it. What warms you to it. To pay attention to the warmth that you feel for a crystal, or maybe you are drawn to the sparkle of it, or just the sensation in your hands. So soft, with a calming energy frequency, but much more heightened than the moss agate. So the moss agate feels very cold without being in a fridge, much colder than the rose quartz. In my hand it feels calm and stable and grounding. The rose quartz wants to work for you now. All right. So we're going over your cheeks with small, very small pushes. I'm not poking you with the rose quartz, it's just, the point is soothing. It's not sharp, it's not blunt, it's a bit in between that. And up your nasal. Passageways, your sinuses on the outside of your nose. Just letting the crystal work through the acupressure. We're going to infuse this with more Reiki, the points and the Reiki being channeled through my right hand that is holding the crystal as well. And I hope that your face is feeling less tight now and your skin is feeling smooth. Your skin is looking really nice today. Your hair is looking really nice today. And you're looking really glowing. I'm really happy to see you today. Let me see you. You look beautiful. I'm just pushing around your eyes very, very delicately, the tiniest taps underneath your eyes, underneath your brows, the rose quartz. The rose quartz wants to swap again. Oh, you know, I reckon this one is a tiger's eye. Tiger's eye isn't good for the eyes. Tiger's eye is about creativity and for the solar plexus. I wouldn't put this on the eyes. All right. So I'm going to use this to beam the Reiki down to your solar plexus, which is just, it's your navel, so it's just above your navel. Your tummy button, or your stomach. Really, really pushing that Reiki down to your solar plexus, chasing away, pulling out the anxious feelings that you don't find helpful, do you? So why are they there? You don't find them productive. I'm feeling the anxiety coming through into this tiger's eye crystal, and it's making me feel uncomfortable. So I'm going to blow it, move it. I'm going to ask the Reiki to bring the release We're going to imagine that this is, you could say, fairy dust, something sparkly, and imagine feathers and beautiful lights taking this anxiety feeling, which is a feeling all of its own, into the trees, into the sunshine, to be released, recycled if you like, made into different kinds of energy that is up and vibrating well, working well, not causing uncomfortable feelings. You're looking beautiful today. You're looking really, really good, really well. And can't wait to hear about what happens next with you. You will tell me, won't you? These crystals are tired now. They want to be washed under cold water to wash out all of the working energy, especially this moss agate. And you would just breathe and accept yourself for who you are. Be you. You don't need to be anyone else. Do what you want to do. You haven't got to please anyone else that you don't want to please. It's all right. It's all right. But maybe if you don't want to please someone else, and maybe if you're expected to be phoning someone or visiting someone and you feel like you can't, maybe letting them know that is helpful, rather than just keeping someone wondering. Maybe that is good. But if you want to break a connection with somebody, maybe do something strongly about it so that you can actually relax in your soul. Not carry that feeling around with you that feels heavy. Oh, if you can just throw it off, that's very good. Things are not always visible. When they're not visible, you think they've gone, which is, I'm afraid to say, not the case. There are very many invisible feelings and connections with people in physical and spiritual realms, and just cutting the cords with those. Even though the cords are invisible, they're there. You know about them. So it is a cord, it's a connection. It's that connection, if you like. Rather than a cord, it connects you. What connects? Something connects. Cut the connection. Send it back. You've done with that, whatever that is. Send it. Only you can do that, really. You've got to imagine it. Send it. Put your intentions, as in the passion, the drive, the driving force, so that you can be free, really free. Without invisible stuff pulling you down, making you someone different. Be different without the invisible stuff. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'll let you think about it. I count 1, 2, 3 roses, 4, 5, 6 roses, 7 roses, ready for drying. Let me just wind you down, putting my hands over your head, at your hairline, smoothing back and forwards, rocking your head, and from the left to the right, from the left to the right, putting my hand over your forehead, gently, gently, very, very gently, very, very gently, very, very gently, very, 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 very carefully, because you are so beautiful and precious and important, and you have got such a long way to go, and this is just a rest along your way, stopping off point. And down. My hands are resting on your clavicle. It's under your chin, down further below your shoulders. Across your chest. And a big, warm hug.